Hey, what's up guys? Calum or Kilm's Fish Tanks, and it is finally the day where we set up my 7.5 gallon cube aquarium. Now, if you guys have been following along this series, you've probably been waiting for this a long time. If you haven't, link to it up in the top corner. But today is the day we finally set up the aquarium. Today, I'm actually only going to be doing the hardscape. The plants have not come in yet. So you're going to be seeing, today I'm recording, and then probably 2 or 3 days later I will pick up again after I've done this hardscape. But anyways, let's get started. So this is going to be the main part of my function. It's a nice piece of red moor root, so let's get this in the tank. Boom, that's in. When you're placing your hardscape, I would say your first couple big pieces are definitely the most important. As you can see, I line this up to follow the thirds of the aquarium. So if I look at the thirds, this high point lines up on the line, and this branch right here lines up on the one going vertically, and as well as this one. So it follows the rule of thirds really well here, and that's going to create a really good focal point, and this wood is going to draw the eye right to it, and that's really important when doing an aquascape. You want somewhere for your eye to go, a focal point you create. So next up, I'm going to be adding Seiryu stone. You can see that right there. Probably not well actually, but this rock is, you'll see it better in the tank, but these rocks are extremely detailed, beautiful rocks with lots of contrast between the gray colors as well as deep nooks and crannies, and I've got around 4 pieces, so let's get these in the tank. So there you have it, my 3 main pieces of rocks added. I have another little one to add later and a couple other accent rocks, but I'll add those once I have the substrate in so they don't get too buried underneath all the gravel and stuff, and so I have something to support them. So as you can see, I've went with what is called a triangular layout. So what that basically is you have your aquascape kind of going up to one of the corners. So you can see I kind of have my rocks going up like this, and this rock over here kind of bringing the eye back over. So you kind of have like that kind of thing. And it will, when I've actually got the planting done, the plants will kind of go up as it goes to the back corner, as well as the plants will go down and probably get bigger as it gets closer to the middle, also kind of bringing the eye in to create a focal point in my aquascape. Now, I am by no means an expert on aquascaping. I'm not like Takashi Amano or George Farmer. I just do it for fun, so I'm not an expert, so take everything I say with like a grain of salt. I'm not always 100% right, you know, I'm still learning, but that's what I'm kind of going for with the scape. So now let's add a couple of pieces of accent wood. So I added the pieces of accent woods, and I think they look pretty good. I've been waterlogging them in a separate tank, so hopefully they don't float up. The larger piece of wood, it does have something sinking the bottom, but these pieces do not because they're very small, so hopefully they'll stay sunk. But now let's add the gravel. I have a video all about the gravel I selected and why. I'll put a link up top. It's also in the series, beginners series, so I'll put a link to that at the end of the video as well if you want to continue watching this one. Now this gravel comes from an old tank I have torn down, and I'm going to be putting a top layer on top of it though. But basically I'm just going to add in a pretty even layer all throughout the tank of this stuff, and then cap it with the other gravel I have. So anyways, I'll get back to you guys once I've done laying out this. I've got only a small cup, so you guys probably don't want to watch this whole thing. So you can see we have added our first layer of gravel. This is fluval stratum, so it is a bit bigger than the next gravel I will be using. And as you probably can't see, but I've sloped it up to the back. So in the back it's a lot deeper, and that's good for your stem plants or stem plants like crypts, which I may be using in the background. You'll see I haven't really decided fully yet, but it's better for your background plants to have a lot more substrate. So that's why it is a lot shallower currently in the foreground, and I haven't really made an effort to smooth it out too much because I'm going to be adding another substrate, so I'll show you once I've added that. So I turned off the light for a second, but next we're going to be using aquarium soil powder by Tropica. So yeah, let's get started with that, and I'll show you guys once it's in the tank. So there is the hardscape pretty much done. As you can see, That Tropica aquarium soil powder type has a really nice texture. As you can see, it's super small. Now for depth, I've got about 1.5 inches in the front to about 3.5 in the back, and I've got that slope going on. The soil has kind of dwarfed my hardscape a little. It's a lot smaller, but I'm just gonna have to deal with that. And I have a lot of room to plant, so I'm super excited, and I hope you guys enjoyed the video of me hardscaping my new planted tank. Come back next time where we'll have the plants ready to go and we can set up the tank. Anyways, this was Calum's Fish Tanks. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and tune in with us next Tuesday. Anyways, peace.